wondered if what are the bigger issues, if any, that you ever have with the federal government as far as the laws for tribal zones?
Our biggest issue?
Yeah.
They don't want to recognize the laws, federal laws, international law on human rights. They don't want to, our constant fight is even with our identifying who we are. They want to tell us who we are. And they want to get a card, you need a passport to get into the United States. It says, we don't need one. This is our land, you can't keep us out. But they said, to get back into the country, if you leave, you gotta have a passport. So we've been making our own, and we're in that process to put one in that don't meet or exceed all WITI standards, which is Western Hemisphere Travel Initiatives, international standards for quality. We're in the process of doing it. So they said you can't do it. If you want to do it, you have to have an agreement, MOA, that you're going to do it. But before they give us an MOA, they wanted to have the whole process completed, which is kind of reversed. So even who we are, because they're saying if you are, they call us a tribe, not a nation. We say we're a nation because we have an agreement, we have treaties with you. They have put down Tuscarora Nation of New York. No, we aren't the Tuscarora Nation of New York, we're the Tuscarora Nation. You know, we identify our people, they want to tell us who they are. Right now, if we went, we don't take part in census because it says that you have the right and that everybody should be counted. The purpose of the U.S. Census, according to the Constitution, is for representation in government and taxation, and except slaves who are 3/5 of a person and Indians not taxed, which is us. The 14th Amendment, they changed that, it says that everybody should be counted except Indians not taxed because the slaves were then free. So they want to, and we say we can't do that. You know, and so we don't take part in the census. You can't count us. It doesn't make a difference. We aren't telling you. We throw the census paper away. So they want to know that, but every time you go into they deny you your rights to tax-free, which is in the Constitution. So it's a constant fight. You know, people say, well, you guys are lucky you don't pay taxes. Looking at my pension check, I got $3,500 a year taken out for taxes, you know. So it's not that. So it's just, they don't want to recognize it. They don't even want us to recognize it as the name that we call ourselves. Well, they'll recognize Iroquois, which is a French name. They call us Six Nations, which is the British term, but they won't call us Haudenosaunee, which is our term. So it's our right. I don't know, we fight with them about anything they want to give us. We don't take money. They say, you put it in writing that it's under health, education, welfare, okay. There's a lot of issues that are, but the biggest one is they don't want to recognize as having enough human rights to be human to own land. Our right to own land is not in there. We have the right to live on it, but not to own it.
There is a legal case which talks about Indian sovereignty as Tuscarora versus the New York Power Authority, and we lost. But during the fight, the Supreme Court of the United States came out and says one of their arguments was plenary power, things like that, and they says the Supreme Court says you can't have plenary power because you can't fight against yourself, because if we had plenary power, they would take you, it wouldn't even be in court, you know, nobody be in court. And that was the basis for a lot of Indians across the nation, and it's still being used. I just read a legal brief maybe a couple months ago where it talks about the Tuscarora case, that you can't fight yourself because the Tuscarora Nation is a nation. You can't make a treaty with yourself.